Yo, what's going on, guys? It is SKOLSIDE back again with another daily Minnesota Vikings video. And in today's video, we got the long-awaited Q&A. Got the questions on my phone right here. I'm gonna try to throw the questions up on the screen, give you guys a shout out. I'll be answering questions. First off, a couple things regarding the channel. I've always played sports video games my whole life, and for the upcoming Madden, I plan on doing like a Minnesota Vikings theme team and ultimate team. Just let me know what you guys think of that. Would that be something you guys would like to see? And also, if there's any other like suggestions you guys have for like maybe Madden content, like rebuilding the Vikings, like even like 2K, stuff like that. I mean, try to stick to Madden, but if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Anyways, let's get right into this Q&A. Alright, so I did try to get all the questions that were asked. However, your question wasn't asked. Just ask it down below in this video, and I'm sure I'll get to it during the next one. I plan on doing multiple of these. Just as you guys have more questions, I'll keep answering them. Fun video ideas, I can connect with you guys. But anyways, let's get into the first question. Alright, so coming from Skol Nation, shout out to him. He makes very similar to me. Great videos, young kid, really solid content. He said, if you had to bet on 3 players to be winning a Player of the Year award, who would it be? Such as Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP. Honestly, my bet for here, I'll start with Offensive Rookie of the Year. Honestly, I feel like it's gonna go the Jerry Jeudy out of Denver. I feel like he's gonna I feel like he's just gonna put up numbers this year. Honestly, you know, next to Cortland Sutton, he won't be getting doubled. I think Jerry Jeudy for that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I actually do think it's going to go to the guy in our division, Jeff Okudah. You know, I think the NFC North has a ton of really good receivers, and I think he'll have a ton of spotlight games where he will maybe shut down a Thielen, Devontae Adams, and Allen Robinson. I think he will get it. Moving on, let's see, he said, all right, Offensive Player of the Year. This one's tough because I want to just go Mahomes, just because of the numbers I feel like he's going to put up next year. However, I do think it's going to be Lamar. I think Lamar is going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder this upcoming year. And if I play fantasy, I'm definitely trying to get Lamar as my quarterback. Hopefully he doesn't get injured, you know, that Madden cover curse. But definitely Lamar Jackson for that. Defensive Player of the Year, Danielle Hunter. I am fully sold on that Danielle will win Defensive Player of the Year. And my MVP in this upcoming year will be Russell Wilson, actually. All right, moving on. We got Long Life IDK. He says, are you an Xbox guy or a PS5 guy or a PS4 guy? I am an Xbox guy. I'll drop my gamertag down in the description if you guys ever trying to play or something. Love to play with you guys, run some Madden or whatever you guys want to run. Yeah, but I am an Xbox guy. I always have been. Probably will stick with Xbox when the new consoles are coming out. All right, so Kaiser Helm 14. He says, bring back Everson if still in free agent. So he's pretty much asking, should we bring back Everson? You know, if it's for the right price. I mean, I feel like our D-line, we got a ton of young D-linemen in the draft. And honestly, I feel like if he's willing to accept the role of just being a leader, limited reps, and honestly, I feel like that's what Everson would want personally. But if he's willing to accept the role of just playing maybe strictly third down, pass rushing sets, I mean, I'd be totally down to bring back Everson. I think he's a great locker room guy, besides the mental meltdown I guess he had in 2018. Anyways, I mean, I would love to bring back Everson. I think he's a great player, great locker room guy especially. He's just a glue guy that you need. And honestly, he could help mold a lot of these young guys. I mean, we forget Daniel's still only 25, so having a veteran presence on the defensive line, him and Michael Pierce supposed to be vets, I mean, I think it would help. You know, for the right price, no doubt I'd bring back Everson. And so Skol Nation says again, he says, my stats prediction. So he's laying out stats. He goes, Mike Hughes, 3 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and 15 passes defended. Danielle Hunter, 20.5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, and 65 pressures. Gladney, 2 interceptions, 1.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 10 passes defended. Justin Jefferson, 77 receptions, 910 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Which one is more accurate and why? So when I was looking at this before I was going into the video, honestly, I gotta say that even though Danielle 20.5 sacks is a lot, just looking at these, I mean, I don't think it would be Justin Jefferson. I don't think Jefferson's gonna put up damn near 1,000 yards in his rookie year. I think it'll be more around 700. Gladney, maybe. I mean, that's not absurd. I feel like he could easily get that. Hughes definitely could. I don't know about the 3 interceptions for Hughes. I'm hoping. You just don't really see Vikings corners in years past, besides Rhodes that one year. They don't really intercept the ball. It's mainly safeties. But, I mean, 20 and a half sacks and 5 forced fumbles for Daniil. I mean, I'm still on this hunch that Daniil's going to have a monster season. So, I'm going to say Daniil Hunter, 20 and a half sacks. All right, so another question by Skol Nation. He says, what is your reaction to Vikings wide receivers working out in Woodbury, Minnesota? I saw this and I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, nothing, you're not going to say like, oh, like they're going to have a great year now because they're working out. But it was cool to see Thielen, I guess, taking like a leadership role. I think it was Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and Tajay Sharp. And I think it was the receiver that we just drafted at Miami. I think those were the 4 that were working out. Anyways, I thought it was pretty sweet to see all 4 of them work out. But, I mean, I just think Thielen needs to take a leadership role, and he's on the right path. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. All right, so Star Lego 187 says, do you have a favorite college football team? So growing up, I always loved Oklahoma State just because my grandpa was the doctor there at Oklahoma State. But now I go to Xavier University, a Big East school in Cincinnati, and they don't have a college football team. So, I mean, I've always kind of led towards Oklahoma State. Just because I remember watching, like, Justin Blackman, Brandon Whedon, like, Dez, like, all those guys there. So if I had to pick one, it would probably be Oklahoma State. But, honestly, Minnesota's up there now, just watching them a lot last year. I guess, like, I've loved Clemson. I love that Sweeney, the way he runs his just program. So I would probably say Oklahoma State or Minnesota. All right, Aaron Gomez says, do you think the Vikings will utilize Kyle Rudolph in the end zone more this year? Had some clutch catches last year. I think it means red zone, but, like, I mean, I get the question. Honestly, yeah, I think that's something that, like, I think we're going to see Irv, like, when we're in between the 20s and we're moving the ball downfield. I feel like that's going to be more Irv, and I feel like Irv will put up a lot more yards than Rudy. However, I think that's a great point. I think in the red zone and, like, when we're close to scoring, that's when Rudy's got to be utilized because, I mean, dude, he's 6'6", good size, great hands, and honestly, I feel like he's just a big body. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like Rudy, that's his specialty. We saw in the Saints game with that touchdown. A little more of that, maybe on slants. I don't know. I feel like they will, though, and I think we saw it last year. I mean, we saw in Dallas when he had those 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, but definitely. All right, Long Life, I don't know. It says, do you think the defense is going to stand up and start playing like a Vikings defense with the rookies? I actually think the Vikings defense is going to have a really underrated year. I feel like nobody's really talking about how elite they could be. I feel like it's still all over the Bears. I think the Vikings defense could really have a good year, and I'm actually really excited to watch them play because, we're bringing in Don Capers, Michael Pierce. Like, we're bringing in a lot of new guys, and I feel like, but we still have, like, the cornerstones of the defense, such as Daniil, Kendricks, and Smith. I think the Vikings will be very similar to 2017, and I'm not trying to be that biased when I say that, but I really think they will be. All right, next question. We said, what Vikings players are the cornerstone players for near future? Which ones and why? Starting with the offensive side of the ball, I mean, I think Thielen's still cornerstone. Brian O'Neill definitely at the tackle. He's someone that we need to keep around. Depending on how Kirk does this year, if Kirk produces, definitely him. Honestly, like, depending on how Dalvin's contract works out, it's either going to be him or Madison. If he signs for a quick deal, like, I don't know. I mean, him or Madison. I mean, that's what I would say. Defensive side of the ball, definitely Daniil, Kendricks, and then, honestly, probably Gladney. I mean, I know Harrison's obviously still there, but he's getting up there in age. I would probably say Gladney. All right, said, do you think Jefferson will fit in and we won't miss Diggs? Yeah, I think Jefferson will fit in right away. I mean, I think the Vikings are a smart enough team. I mean, it's not like the whole thing about, like, having 2 slot receivers, like, yeah, it's kind of tough, but, like, I mean, at the end of the day, we're a smart organization. I know we don't have any Super Bowls, but, like, we're always good. We're always there. And I think Jefferson will fit in fairly quickly. I don't think he'll put up the numbers that Diggs did, but I mean, I think our offense will be different than it was last year, and Jefferson will be able to produce. Anyways, guys, that was the first ever Q&A. If I missed your question, I'm sorry. Just drop one down here. I'll try to do these maybe weekly, maybe every 2 weeks. We'll see. But anyways, drop another question down below. I'll keep answering, and let me know what you guys want to see on like a gaming side. Like if you guys want to see me play Madden or whatever. Like I'm not sweet at Madden, but like I'll play it, especially like with you guys. If you guys want something like that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for dropping the questions. Leave a like on the video, comment down below more questions, and sub to the channel. Please spread my channel around. I'd love to get this community growing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.